Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass here, and welcome back to Deathmark. Previously, we started Chapter 5, where we dove into an underground shelter and found the secret of the mark. Alright, we're going back in. Oh, okay, listen to that music again. Oh yeah, we have a key now. Oh, that's a place with the war propaganda posters. They've got some interesting slogans. Slogans on posters. Hold on, what the hell are you talking about? If you squint real hard, you can see them. See? See what? The words in the posters they were put up here forever ago, of course. I told you earlier I was born into a family clock full of spiritual power. So I'm good at seeing spiritual stuff. I'm just saying, I feel like you're a relative somehow. Are you serious? I can do a test reading for you. Ask me anytime. Banshee laughs. I can really believe him. Banshee stands in front of the dark stains. 100 million honorable deaths, the land of the gods indestructible. That's what it says. These are from the end of the war. They're pretty desperate sounding. Seems to be locked. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted. I can open if I had the key. Open the door of the underground shelter key. It looks like a statue right there. It's a single out-of-place Buddha statue. Its head has been cut off. It's a Buddha statue. The headless Buddha statue is covered in dust. There's a talisman stuck to her neck as if it's taking the place of the missing head. Then a worn-out talisman. Yeah, just pull it off. Big iron box. Just open it. Don't even bother checking. Whoa. Well, that's ominous. The box is packed with carelessly tossed Buddha statue heads. You're not noticing the skulls? A real actual head can clearly be seen among them. It's dry and mummified, but going by the long hair, it's probably female. Most likely one of the experiment's victims. So this is where it was. Let's take it and bring it to its owner. They probably took the head off the Kannon soldier. And then we had to like go and get it, and then go put it back on for whatever dumb reason. This'll go totally well. I've watched plenty of Indiana Jones movies. The villains don't get their comeuppance. I thought you'd say that. Oh, just kidding. I feel Banshee's gaze on me. The box in Warehouse 1. I can only carry one head. I need to choose which one to take. Got the human head. That's such a random... It's dry like a mummy when hair remains seems to be a woman's. Cut looks rough like it was done by a chisel. We find a pile of heads in a large iron box. They're mostly statues, but buried among them is a human head. It's been mummified, but appears to be female. So this is where it went. Bring it back to its owner. There I go, unconsciously speaking again. Which one am I bringing with me? All the heads are pretty heavy, so I can probably only take one. Whoa. I feel like this chapter is a bit kind of dramatic, and particularly not if you're, not necessarily if you're ethnically Japanese, but if you, are, you know, nationally Japanese, you know, like one of the original players of this game would be. Just hearing all these propaganda songs and all this stuff like this, it's gotta be a little surreal. They're pitch black stains. Banshee stands in front of the dark stains. Looks like a look-see. Luxury is the enemy. Sybil's best, that's a real famous one. Back when the war had just started. There's a save. And there was another door. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted, I could open it. Okay. This pistol is a lot deeper than I thought. I can hear a victory chant coming from the other side of the intersection. Go for it. I shrug and keep moving forward. Take one step forward and... electric current runs through my body and my muscles seize up. Live or die. You layabout, what are you doing there? You tend to be loafing around, do you? Recite this base's slogans at once. Cheer for the final battle in the homeland. Ah, some posters. Have I been wrong? No, it was right. Okay. I thought it was that one. I couldn't make... basically, I was trying to figure out... was there a poster I missed? Once more, declare yourself resolved to strike back with air raids. We won't lose either of our countries reduced to ashes. Show your determination. This one... this one? That was a shot in the dark for me. Our army has fought bravely from the southern tropics to the northern Arctic, but the tide still hasn't turned in our favor. What do you think? Can we win this crusade? The kamikaze winds blow. That was also never a shot in the dark for me. But if you know propaganda, especially World War II, you probably can guess. Going pretty promising for a new recruit. Keep a good eye on the squad. Farewell. Goodbye. There are numerous footprints in the bloodstain on the floor. Are these human footprints, or... no noise is coming from this pipe. I guess that no water is flowing through it. No save. Just got through that. Should go... right. The door is stained with blood. On closer look, it's countless handprints. But the keyhole is perfectly fine. I could open the door if I had the key. But when I turn the knob to go in, the door doesn't open. Oh, what's the fuss? The door won't open. I'm sure I unlocked it, though. I turned the key again just to double check. But I was right, it's unlocked. What's going on? I tried turning the knob slowly, but it stops moving halfway. It's almost as if someone on the opposite side is pushing against it to keep it closed. It seems the dead are rejecting us. Read all the records, speak to that woman. All the records in that woman. Are the records referring to the research records? I tried to prop my old self into answering, but there's no reply. No choice left, I turned the Banshee. Let's keep looking, we can come back here later. There could be something we still need to do. The woman may be the head we're carrying. So we need to head out. And figure out what we need to do. This looks like a headless skeleton. The bleached corpse is weathered in places. Something is in its bony hand. I managed to pry it out. The whole corpse looks like it might crumble at any second. That's useless to me. Whoa, I did not realize I was there before. Alright. Now that is not a dead end. So, maybe we should go back first. This is a dead end. The human bones. It looks like the person was crushed to death. Dang, Cannon's soldiers literally stepped on you. Something's written on the wall in blood. It says I. I. Huh. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted. I can open it if I have the key. Okay. Here's where the head goes. It's the operating room in the summons section. But on this table is... How about that? A dead body. A headless corpse is lying there. A headless corpse. Going by what remains of its clothing, it was likely a woman. A headless corpse is lying on the top of the operating table. The head I picked up earlier might fit on this corpse's neck. Should I try attaching the head? Not yet. It's missing not only its head, but also all of its limbs. What kind of torture was this? It's rusted filing cabinet. Open it. It's a well-built metal cabinet. Whatever's inside should be intact. Yes. Try touching the human head. The human head fits the severed neck perfectly. The world slowly distorts. Oh my god. So I wasn't too far off from that terrible puppet idea. Actually, I'm a little upset. A horrific scene appears before my eyes. This is the woman on the operating table. Some kind of experiment is being performed on her. I must be seeing the past. A sound triggers a change in views. Men in lab coats holding surgical tools. But they don't look like they're alive. The ghosts of the researchers seem to be stuck forever in the nightmare of the past. I can hear them in whisper from my left side. Hey, she's awake. Don't worry, she'll be dead soon anyway. True enough. And something else interrupts. You. This time it's a cold whisper from my right. You can hear me, can't you? Don't be afraid. Soon. The voice on my right cuts off and I can hear the men in the lab coats again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey woman, which of these tools wants a cut in your neck? This is it for you, so we'll let you decide. Chisel. That was what the description said. Good answer. You're pretty smart. Unfortunately, you'll sue me saying goodbye to that clever head of yours. It's valuable material. We'll cut it off nicely. Ugh. Shut up. You're just like a pig. That's why I hate handling women. Be patient. We'll finally find a clue. Not yet. Wait. Now. Give you power. The whisper from my right falls silent. Yeah, I never dreamed rigging from our usual method would go so well. Hey pig, do you understand? Do you know the correct combination of head and body for the Heavenly Buddha? Uh-oh. Female head, male body. I'm not sure if there was a clue for that earlier. If there was, I forgot it. I actually just made that guess based off what I know of, I kind of mentioned Lucy earlier about Kannon. And that kind of way the Kanon's depicted. Precisely. That's why we need your head. Gladly offered up for the sake of our beloved country. Ugh. How are we still alive? I promise a soul freshness, regardless of refrigeration, relative to the quality of the cut. Though there are only so many available methods, this is all the equipment we have. Enter the freezer. The voices on the left cut out. A determined voice echoes in my right ear. Hate, hate, hate this whole world, tear it to pieces. The power to do that, I'll give it all to you in the place of where you hear me now. Hate them, destroy them, understand? Yes. Good. Destroy them. When I turn to my senses, maybe that's why the Kannon soldier went nuts then. It's not just a purely kind of Buddha wrath thing, but more of a hijacking based off the experiments and what happened to the people here. When I turn to my senses, I'm standing beside the operating table. Just then, something slides out of the hand of the corpse on the table. Small key. What I just saw. No more importantly, the voice that kept speaking from my right side. Who was that? You don't look so great there. Did you see them in my chance? Yeah, actually. I explained to Banshee what I just saw. A horrible tragedy happened here in the past. It's possible that whatever triggered it might have been whoever that voice belonged to. Huh, interesting. Can't say I'm surprised something like that happened here. So, what's that to do with our marks? Well, I'm not sure about that part, but... Banshee's right, this isn't helping us accomplish our goal. We need to search for whatever gave birth to the spirit. I mean, there's a good chance, like I said, this person's related to the family. One of the older descendants, maybe. Because at least, out of all, like, places this hobo decides to hide, because they found a nice shelter, it's this place specifically, and they also coincidentally come from a noble family, and can see spirits. So I feel like they might have been an excommunication that's just watching over it over all these years. Let's keep looking. That small key I just found might belong to the cabinet here. Plus, if we came here before, they would have seen us. I turned my attention to the mark on my wrist. It isn't coming yet. I glance over at Banshee, but they don't seem to be acting differently at all. Death should be slowly closing in on us, but it seems we still have some time. What's important right now is making sure we survive. My vision blurs when I turn to the head of the body and table. Is a corpse ghost showing in the past, or is it a curse? The man in the lab coat has to be the ghost of a researcher here. The two ghosts are stuck in an unending nightmare. They cut off the woman's head with a chisel and tried to attach it to the Osira statue. That's obscene. Hatred overwhelms me, just then. I hear the operating table's woman voice on my right. Hate, hate, hate the entire world tear to pieces. Pull my string into this place where I hear the voice. Hate, kill. It sounds like a curse of some kind. What's the voice she mentioned? Was that voice that what made the Kannon soldier move? The woman's head, having gained a special power, was put on the Osira statue. The Kannon soldier awoke, whether a curse or got grudge triggering its birth. It must be a spiritual being of some kind. That means we need an object with spiritual power. The Kagura Suzabel we found is used by priestesses. So then who would be best to bring as my partner? I'm still not sure. A woman! I opened the door using a small key. Inside is an old gun and some research records. Suddenly berserk, severe damage, sutra chanting, complete insanity. Only those who made themselves deaf managed to remain sane. Half spiritualized, like disposal vat, need sacred object attack. Destroy human head. The heart of all this need to destroy human head. That's all it says. Got gun with blanks. Research records number 3. Blanks, huh? That's interesting. So we'll need to bring our other scientist partner here. Hero. Monica. We'll go from later. Let's check out this other part. The music stopped. Is this where we came through before? Yeah. Okay, I get the gist of this area now. Interesting how the hair is only here. Well, it's a shortcut anyway. We can go back and get our other partner. Coming out of the manhole, we see that we're on Kamiuchi North Road. We managed to find a way out, and it wouldn't hurt to go back to the mansion for now. Good pain to get back. Yes, Watashi. Congratulations, you're gonna help us take down the big bad. You also get to experience the bad ending when we get it. Okay, so before we go in, let's go over some of the stuff we got. So let's see. We'll start with the research records. I think we're missing one. No, here it is. It's just really bad order. The Oslo statue originated from a shrine created by statue makers using chisel, dated by same family. Severe head tool together becomes the key. My dearest wish. It relates to using the women's heads. Sending of test experiment Oslo statue. See, connected female body and female, or male body and female head. See, there was the clue right there. So I did forget it. Like I said, I did a shot in the dark based on logic, but this is what was the answer for that one question. And the supernatural phenomena, spirit frequent, hard to continue experiments. Suddenly berserk, severe damage, sutra chanting, complete insanity. Only those who made themselves deaf managed to remain sane. That's really important. So we're gonna need to make ourselves deaf during the fight. Half spiritualized, like disposal. That needs sacred object attack. Destroy human head. It's the key. Need to destroy human head. So we need to kill it with the Kagura Suzu bell, possibly with the head. But there sometimes is one misleading clue in every chapter, so let's double check. Gun with blanks. Gun that requires gunpowder. It's a lot of the front animals away from crops. Use earplugs with firing, won't be able to hear anything for a while. So the gun with blanks is what we're going to use to make ourselves deaf to the sutra. Keys. We have a sword. I'm not sure what we do with that. A ranged short sword, which can shoot, slash shoot. I'm not sure if this is useful anymore. A palm pistol, one bullet, to also shoot. Okay. So, you have a few shoot items, one slash item, sacred item, and then make ourselves deaf. We might need to remove its limbs if it's multi-limbed. I'm thinking now, that could be what the slash and shoot are for. So maybe death? I mean, well, the gun blanks, and then the other ones after. I put my hand on the knob again and turn it. And I do. Turn smoothly with no resistance. Inside the room. Oh, you're in there. Are a number of Buddha statues. They're all missing their heads. It seems this is where they stored all the various statues they gathered through after donations. It feels like something's here. Maybe this is where the heart of the curse or the source of the spirit is. I brace myself for input from the other me. But it doesn't seem like that's happening. Does that mean I should already know? Well, before we check out the bottom one, there's a statue that seems to be a divine general and its head has been severed. It's a statue with its head cut off, it's lying pitifully on the floor. It's a statue with its head cut off, seems to be holding some kind of Buddhist ritual implement. That is blood. There's a Vaisravana statue, it's missing its head. It's a statue that looks like a I've never been good at pronouncing some of this stuff. A Vidyaraja, or Vidyaraha, or something. It's missing one of its arms as well as its head. Trust me when I say, when I read the Ramakian, I did not know how to pronounce a lot of names. It's a statue of its head cut off. It looks like it's held a weapon in its left hand. It's a statue that looks like a divine general. It's armor from the Tang dynasty. I search all the statues. Every statue here is a male body. Female head. Suddenly there's a sound of movement from the box. Maybe we'll save again. Big iron box. Open it. What we gotta lose? Except our heads. I managed to open the box. Sheets of wet paper inside. There seem to be a multitude of talismans. Was something sealed here? Hero peers into the box beside me. So, was something in there? Well, my voice sounds distant. The cause of the curse would birth the spirit. There's nothing like that here. It's already moving! No, there's nothing here. What? What do you mean? Then what sat in your hand? Hero is right, it's not true that there's nothing inside. There is one thing. I never would have expected something like this. Something that doesn't belong here. A box sealed by talismans has enshrined. I now realize that they needed the Kujos, because the Kujos made Mary, so that means they're specialized in making living dolls. So that's where the Kujos were involved in this. Aside from their, spirituality anyway. That's when they even mentioned the special chisel. A Western-style cushion. Hero sighs, disappointed. Oh, that comes from the house. Mary's couch. Guess we're out of luck. No one's can give birth to a spirit. True. But the state of this room and the voices, something important was definitely sealed up in this place at one point. Yet there's nothing here. Mary. And the thing we're searching for. Where the hell did it go? A long silence falls between us. The house! As now and then the familiar pain flares up. My heart burns scarlet. Immediately has dyed a deep crimson. Death is only a few minutes away. That was a little different. What's going on? Is death closing on us all of a sudden? No, it's spirit is here. Well, it looks exactly what I thought you might look like. A low such a chant hum trembles the air. It feels like my whole body is numb. Maybe because of that hum. Alright. Congress Suzu Bell. That's for later. No blanks. Palm pistol. The Shiki loses consciousness. The Shiki shoots a gun the blanks. I grab the gun, but I can't control my hand. It turns the gun toward my head and fires. The blank explodes. My consciousness fades. Ooh, that would have been bad if we shot the gun first. There's a strong ringing in my ears that's preventing me from hearing the sutra chant. Heroes clutching their head like they can't hear anything either. The numbness is faded. And the soldier's wounded. Spirit fades becomes intangible. Ow! He was injured. Hero was injured. Only ammo there. Got enough blanks again. Sword blade. The sword sails through the spirit and tires us uselessly on the ground. Everyone shoot two. Blanks was put to 6 except with Susan Bell. Found the soldier's wounded. The spirit turns solid again. Ah, we're supposed to make it solid. We're dying. Oh my god. Shake that bell! Spirit fades and becomes intangible. Spirit turns solid again. Ow! It got enraged. Fuck! Alright. So we only need to fire this once, I guess. I'm not sure why it gives us 5 shots, but you know. Palm pistol. Wait, no. Blanks. Check Susa Bell. Strong ring in the ears. Nemesis faded. Nothing happens. Palm pistol, Suzu now. Wounded. And then make it tangible. So it turns stolen again. Ow! Ow! Range short sword. Suzu Bell. Spirit fades and becomes intangible. Spirit turns solid again. Rusted army sword and Suzu Bell. Wounded. Susan Bell. spirit stops. I guess the attack finally worked. I know where footsteps approach behind me. A voice yells comically, and whoever it is puts her hand on my back. But I can't take my eyes off the spirit before me. Banshee, is that you? What are you doing? Instead of replying, he shoves something into my hand. It's a large chisel with the crypt stained in blood. This is... I found it in that room in the mansion. In that instant, I understand everything. The heart of the curse we were searching for. The object that gave birth to the spirit. So it was kept in Kujo Mansion. Thanks. I'm gonna use it. I grab the chisel and face the spirit. Susie Bell first, or chisel first? You're gonna burn, alright. Let's just swings the chisel down the soldier. Left eye, between the eyes, right ear, left ear. Between the eyes. I tap the chisel at his right ear. It stirs me dispassionately. Finally, it smiles and disappears. Right ear, because that's where the ghost was talking to you from. The right ear, right side of your head. That's kind of an esoteric thing. Middle of eyes is a trap one, because you would think right in the middle. That's like too obvious. It's like it's a red herring. The statue stops moving, collapses. It stopped, right? Seems so. I don't got the mark anymore, so there's no doubt about it. Once again, I'm the only one still cursed. Glad I made it in the nick of time. My legs weren't in such a good shape it would have been over for us. Thanks for saving us, but you know that was pretty reckless. I thought I said it's dangerous for a group of mark bears to go somewhere haunted. Oh yeah, you did mention something like that when I was eating. Completely slipped my mind. Tell us, old man. What happened at the mansion? I'm not quite sure myself. I'll tell you what I know. After you left, I wandered the place looking for something to eat. My mark hurt like hell right by a room. I slipped inside and found a bunch of chisels and things. You're a little too smart, old man. You must be in the room that I found. I was kind of out because of the mark at that point. Huh, wait a minute. Mary kept saying that they couldn't find the key, and I didn't get the key to that room until Mary died. If I noticed one of the chisels was glowing all weird with a dark light, I knew right away that it was hiding some awesome spiritual power. What made you decide that you had to bring that chisel here? You seem sure to be effective against the Kannon soldier. I heard a voice when I picked it up. It reminded me of a lady, sorta. It said, "To bring the chisel to you." And that's when it hit me. It was what I've been looking for. Oh, that thing you mentioned in the car. The heart of the curse that created the spirit. Exactly that. So I hoofed it over to give it to you. When I looked through that room before, Yasuoka said that the Kujo family used to create Buddha statues a long time ago. It's possible that chisel was used to create the statue that became the Kannon soldier. I know what that voice was that he heard. Probably something like the mysterious voice that's guided me before. You know, I haven't heard it in a while. And that's what happened. So we heading back to the mansion then, Yashiki? For one, I'm hungry, but I bet Diamond's worried too. Left without saying a word after all. Diamond's must be dead. Something's gonna go down. It ain't over yet. That's too easy. Yeah. Searching for documents on the mark, carting all the statues out. It'll take more than a day to do all that. We should go back to the mansion and figure out what to do next. What? We're leaving already? I want to examine this place. No! I glanced at the statue falling to the floor. Sorry, but you'll have to do that another time. Fine. Finally got some steps, like, don't you walk away! In exchange, not one word about this shelter to anyone else. I'm going to study every inch of it. Yeah, okay. Hey now, this is my home. Can't have you ruin around here. That's just you saying that. You don't legally live here. I'll bring you food, so stop complaining. Much obliged. We return to the concrete passageway. I might be imagining it, but it feels like the air in here is a little less stagnant than it was before. We climb up out of the manhole and end over South Alley. Diamond runs up to us, drenched in sweat. Diamond, you're alive! Looks even worse than usual. You probably shouldn't have run. So here's the thing. So, one partner always has to die when you fail. And it's always the one that's no longer important to the story. So Hiro is not important to the story anymore. At least, on the bad route anyway. Diamond and Banshee are the ones that came out of nowhere, basically. So that means they still have a role to play at the end game. So we're gonna see what goes down here. I found you. Hey, old man. Why did you suddenly sprint out of the mansion? My mark is gone now, too. What in the world happened? I had something to give Yashiki. Isn't that right, Hiro? I guess. I'd rather not think of the consequences if you hadn't made it in time. I'm not sure I followed, but it seems he really helped you out. Well then, if I must do my investigation another day, or are we splitting our ways here? Our marks are gone now. Yashiki still has his, though. Mary. This always happens. I'm used to it. But now I might be able to change that. I've only discovered where the statues stolen from each shrine are. I'm lost, but I'm glad for you. It's thanks to all of you. I'll figure the rest out by myself. You should all return to your regular lives. It was a good thing that Mary died. You were saying we should split up then. You sure you'll be okay? Something will work out eventually. Besides, this is Sayakujo's dying wish. I want to respect it. Huh. Well, thanks, I'll head back then. I've been missing all those chemical smells from the lab. Good to hear your research is exciting. But don't forsake your humanity over an end like Mizu. Like I do that. It's not even funny, by the way. Oh yeah, Mr. Yashiki. Whenever you want to get those statues, I'll help out. Until then, see you. I'll be off as well. Honestly, all this has put a strain on me. I'm barely staying upright. Whatever you do, don't collapse on your way home. Please. Hey, Yashiki. One day I'm hoping to let the public know about the underground shelter. For the sake of the wandering souls without a proper burial, I'd like to if you'd help with it. See you around. You're a good guy. Dr. House. Guess I'll go too. You're not returning to the shelter, are you? I'm not that brave. The soldier's gone, but there's plenty of other things down there. I'll give it a few days to settle. So you're still planning on going back? I'm not sure I'd call that a smart move. Comes with living this kind of life. I'll bunker down in a park under a bridge till things calm down. See you, Yashiki. Bring more food next time, yeah? The former mark bearers have all left. I should probably head to the mansion myself. I've got to decide what to do next. What? I hear a voice calling from behind me. I turn to see Banshee in the middle of the road, staring intently at me. What's wrong? Uh-oh. You didn't like what you saw. I remember now. Oh! The mark and the amnesia. His eyes are as wide as saucers. I forgot because of the mark, but... I met you before. What? What do you mean? Oh, well, let me think. He scratches his chin. I know his memories are probably all a mess having just gotten them back. But I don't have time to wait for him. Yes. We first met 5 years ago. And then again 10 days ago. I feel like I've been struck by lightning. I first arrived at Cujo Mansion 10 days ago. That means I met him before I lost my memories. I need to know, who in the world am I? I couldn't say. I wasn't interested in asking your name and you didn't give it. Then tell me what you do know. Tell me about myself, please. Okay. I owe you for the food, so ask. What should I ask about? What should I ask about? We'll start from the top. You showed up at the shelter. Wanted to know about the Heavenly Buddha project. Gave me food. Actually, you were more focused on the Cujo family than the Kannon soldier. Why did we talk about them? The head at the time was majorly involved in the project. He was famous for his spiritual power. The army asked him to help. He loaned them a number of his family's prized secret treasures. You really zeroed in on that bit. You know what exactly the army got? Yeah, the shelter had a list. A mirror, a chisel, Buddhist statues, everything. Cursed objects and holy talismans. They were all returned to the family. Which means they're all in the mansion now. You kept popping them out a few times until one day you just didn't. I only saw you next 10 days ago. Next is... I just seen the Kannon soldier and you can bet I booked it out of the manhole. I ran to you on the street. Had you treatment of food to celebrate. Thanks for that, by the way. Banshee's talking about the person I was before I lost my memories. It's weird to hear about myself this way. You mentioned you've been overseas. You only come back recently about a month ago. Oh, and that's when I learned of the mark. You told me about it. It slipped my mind until just now. But that time was my right arm. Yeah, I had the mark. You were acting all odd, though. You go to remember something and stumble over the words. The curse was probably in the late stages. In fact, I completely forgot my name and passed a few hours after that. By the by, I've got something to tell you. This here Banshee Ito is a much noble character than regular folk. That's why I lead a detached life, away from the world's vulgarities. What are you trying to say? I could be crazy desperate, but I'd never shame my dear departed mom in divine providence. You understand? No, you lost me. Did a little of an Emiya Shiro thing there. I'm saying I'd never resort to stealing, even dying of hunger. Here, these are yours. He pulls out a wristwatch and a wallet. Each looks like an antique. They're inlaid with cell designs. You forgot them at the restaurant. Let me see them. I grabbed them both and rushed to open the wallet. My name. But there's no... Oh, no, never mind. No ID inside. There was no driver's license or company card with an ID in it when you got it. Don't ask me. You said you forgot your old wallet somewhere and lost it. It was probably in there. Oh. I look at what else is in the wallet. Bills, coins, and a number of familiar business cards. Sayakucho Spirit Healer. Ah, those things. You tried to give me one. Told me to go there if I remembered anything. But I gave it back. I don't make a habit of carrying useless stuff. Sayakucho's card was in my pocket when I first arrived at Cujo Mansion. It must have been the one Banshee returned. There's no doubt about it. I lost all my memories after I met Banshee. I've asked everything I want to know, but something's still bugging me. Did I say anything about the mark when you saw me 10 days ago? Well, I was so focused on eating that I wasn't paying full attention. Are you kidding? Oh yeah, you said the same thing as Hiro about the Kannon soldier. There's no way a human head on a statue will make it move. But it did actually move. That's what I thought too. And then, you said something strange. You said what happened 50 years wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. Her. That's not all. You said she gave you the mark. That she loved watching you lose your memories and fear death. You made her kick the bucket once, but she came back to life. You said you needed to do the same thing done 50 years ago to get rid of her. Mary. My heart wants to be out of my chest. I can feel the sweat down my face. Oh no. And all those times Mary's did that weird flirting thing with me. It was real. There's no way I can keep calm. Before I lost my memories, I'd known who had cursed me with the mark. Hey, old man. Who's she? Did I tell you? I wanted to know too, so I asked. But you couldn't answer me. I don't think you were trying to hide it. You just honestly didn't remember. Then we've been played like a fiddle. I knew it was a little weird that Mary was there. But Mary was destroyed. More than one body. It was a fake body. Okay. No, wait. The Mary we saw destroyed was just a lifeless doll Mary. The real Mary is just hiding in the mansion, because there's so many damn rooms in there anyway. And then the rabbit is Sayakujo. Because Mary was ignorant about the rabbit. They're deaf next to each other is to kind of throw us off. But that's Mary killing the rabbit. So it's like, oh, you're trying to help him, I see. Well, we can't have that. Oh god. It really is a yandere doll. Was that because of the mark? Well, that's about all I can tell you. Yashiki, we should get going soon. Go where? I'll tell you in your car. I'm really tired of standing. I like to sit for a bit. There's no point arguing here. I'll just get out of him once we're in the car. Even if it was enter the spirit file, my past self. My past self. My past self. The headless Buddha statues in the warehouse must be the ones stolen from the shrine. I finally found them. The one used to make the Kannon soldier should be stored here. A box in the center has talismans plastered over as if sealing the source of the curse. But what we find in the box... Outplace cushion. It was only a Western-style cushion. That's depressing. Is this the heart of the grudge, the source of the spirit? No way. Something was here, something cursed. Something that might even be able to stop the Kannon soldier. As if to mock me even further, the mark warns me his time is short. We'll just have to face the soldier of what we've gathered up until now. Forget what we're missing and take stock of what we have. We only use a saber or the short sword out to throw them. The spirit is nebulous like the spirit door, and the Kagura Suzu bell will be helpful. And the blanks will mess up our ears when we shoot them, but one document mentioned must destroy head. I'm not sure about this at all, but I can't give up if I want to live. My past self. After we defeat this Kannon soldier, Banshee's mark disappears. He remembers meeting me several times before I lost my memory. I've been investigating the sacred treasures in the Kujo family donated to the Heavenly Buddha Project. When I met him 10 days ago, the mark was already on my arm. I told him she gave it to me, but I'd already forgotten her name by then. Safely returned to normal life. Or did he? We still have all these items here. Alright, so let's get the bad ending outcome. We'll also make a save after that, in case the final ending, if to get a bad ending for that, would require someone to die. Drive a chisel deep between its eyes. The Kannon soldier convulses as it meets its ghastly end. It starts to crumble. It's clear enough to scorch the entire world. The statue stopped moving and collapses. It stopped, right? Seems so. I don't got the mark anymore, so there's no doubt about it. Once again, I'm the only one still cursed. So since the dialogue will probably be the same up to a certain part, I'm going to skip ahead to you-know-what part that'll occur. Here we go. What? We're leaving already? I wanted to examine this place. I glanced at the statue falling to the floor. Sorry, but you'll have to do that another time. No! Out of nowhere, she shrieks hysterically, glaring at us with a strange look in her eyes. What's the fuss, hero? You eat something weird. My mark suddenly scorches me. There goes the lights. My flashlight blinks out, and her voice is echoing. The passage reverberates with sinister chanting, like groans from hell. This chanting. It's a Kannon soldier. It's calling a hero. Kannon soldier, great Asura. It's mine. No one can have it. This is what happened to the other scientist. She stumbles her way over to the fallen Kannon soldier. Hey, hero. Hold on, that's dangerous. It's still... She lowers herself next to the statue. She cradles its head lovingly in her arms. Oh, great Asura. Asura, Asura, Asura. Asura, yes, and so on. Like a reply to Hero's whispers, a voice echoes. One I shouldn't be able to hear. The Kannon soldier stands up, raises a long arm. And decapitates. Fresh blood sprays everywhere as her head rolls along the floor. The Kannon soldier grabs Hero's head and body, still dripping blood. It vanishes into the darkness. Banshee and I are frozen in fear. All we can do is stare. The moment we come back to ourselves, we bolt out of the shelter like we're being chased. Where's a generic scream? A generic scream? We come out the top of manhole in Emno's South Alley. Demon runs up to us, drenched in sweat. A lot less dialogue in this route. Looks even worse than usual. I probably shouldn't have run. I found you. Hey, old man. Why did you suddenly just sprint out of the mansion? My mark is gone now, too. What in the world happened? I had something to give Yashiki. I made it in time, but then Hero... What happened to her? The Kannon soldier got her. We managed to destroy its head, but we didn't snuff out all of its power. It used the last of its strength and... I see. A doctor sees many deaths, but when it's a young person, it's too much. I feel so powerless. Now, back to smiles. You're standing around feeling sorry about Hero. Oh, God. It may be cruel, but it's in the past now. Focus on dealing with your mark. The little line he had was a pretty good characterization. It was just like a one-off, but it showed that Diamond was actually a good person. Just very... Okay, it's Dr. House. Let's get to the thing. Right. They're better at handling death than I am. Probably comes from their experience. It's looking up that I can get rid of it. I finally discovered where the statues stolen from each shrine are. It might all work out in the end. I'm lost, but I'm glad for you. It's thanks to all of you. I'll figure the rest out by myself. You should all return to your regular lives. And I feel like this is probably the same from here on out, so we'll skip ahead. So here's a dialogue difference here. You're not returning to the shelter, are you? I may have balls, but I'm not about to get myself killed. The soldier might start up again. I'll give it a few days and decide. So you're still planning on going back? Sounds like a death wish to me. Because we're living this kind of life. Plus I'd like to give Hero a proper burial. I'll bunk it down in a park under a bridge until things calm down. So the other one, he was worried about remaining grudges. This one, he thinks the Kannon soldier could still be active. Bring more food next time, yeah. The former mark bearers have all left. I should probably head to the mansion myself. We've got to decide what to do next.